Extraction 2. So I've got to briefly say, and I understand the logic behind this. Netflix want some good movies on their roster rather than their usual Netflix originals.
Mm.
And it's great that they have them. My issue isn't really with that. My issue is that we have some really, I mean, before I get into Extraction 2, I'm going to say Extraction 2 has some pretty decent effects in it. I think this would have done okay at the big screen. And then I see the trailer to Expendables 4, and I'm like, what?
Expend 4 balls. Get it right, Kaz.
Really bad effects, really in a trailer. So it's not even like they can, pick out all the money shots and make it look really good. Really bad green screen, really, really cheap effects. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking with that, but it makes me worry about the prioritization here. But what Netflix have with Extraction 2 is a decent Netflix original and a worthy sequel to possibly their finest Netflix original actioner, which was Extraction 1. The first one was, a taut race against, armies closing in on you.
Come out of nowhere. That's the good thing about it.
Yeah, it did come out of nowhere. It did feel a bit like John Wick. It did feel like what's going on here. It's Chris Hemsworth. He's a bit moody. He's depressed about the loss of his kid, and and all of a sudden he's in a room full of bad guys, and it's one take shots of him smashing them around with all kinds of weapons. Fantastic choreography, excellent with guns as well. Takes the streets, takes the cars. I mean, it was a brilliant action film. It ended on a note where you didn't know whether you were going to get another one. I mean, to be honest, we're not all stupid. It had enough of a tease about it, but we didn't know. But it made a stupid amount of money, and it's a good Netflix original. I mean, Netflix aren't that stupid, so they've teamed up to make another one. It took a minute to get going, I think.
Yeah,
because of COVID, they delayed it. But I mean, they're not being stupid now. They've already announced a third one. It's great. Hemsworth's back. It continues pretty much straight after the last one, and it does everything you would expect from it. It's just a nuts and bolts action film. What was nice for me was, firstly, it defies any kind of act structure. There are several points in the movie where you think, God, that would have been a great finale, a great ender level beast of a thing to overcome, and then it keeps rolling. It takes a minute for them to breathe, and then it goes straight back into another brilliant sequence that and ends hanging off a skyscraper. And yes, this could be a great finale to the film. It's not over yet, so it's got some surprising legs to it, let's say. For 2 hours, it keeps the momentum going. Hemsworth's great in the role. It ups the ante with the one-take shots with a brilliant Raid 2-esque sort of prison bout, which is really very, very well handled.
Yeah, that first action scene.
It's
from
great.
Beginning to end. It was. It reminded me a little bit of Children of Men. That really, really long take from beginning. It just kept going and kept going and kept going.
Up and down the stairs, everything. Yeah,
stairs, in and out the train. Oh, mate, incredible! Absolutely incredible.
Nice.
It was very, very well handled.
And so tense.
Yes,
really, really tense. You at the end of it,
in your voice,
you're exhausted after that first scene, and you've still got an hour and a half to go.
I mean, it finds a way of keeping that going, even when you think you're safe. So, so credit to them for doing that. I like that they brought back some of the characters from the first movie, and I just think it's one of the best things Netflix have done for a long while, and was very happy. I watched the first one again the other day just to get back into it, and it was worth it watching them, pretty much back to back. There are a couple of fine action films. I'm not going to say outright that I'm going to compare them to and which is better with the John Wick movies, and I know that a lot of people have fallen out of love with where John Wick has gone. I mean, I love the John Wick movies as well, they're different beasts. But the fact that we have the Extraction franchise and the John Wick franchise makes me very happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should, for the sake of balance, we should say it's not perfect. I mean, there are stupid things that happen.
There are,
they've got the bulletproof armor that's bulletproof until it's not bulletproof. That kind of thing. But
is it the same? Is it the same jacket as John Wick wears?
No.
No, it's not
proper,
like
proper bulletproof armor.
Yeah.
Until it's not, of course.
Yeah, they've got.
I mean, there are stupid things, but.
There are stupid things.
In the grand scheme of it, you can forget him, and it trucks along so quickly.
Mm.
Yes.
And the characters are believable.
Yes.
And
they bring back the girl from the first one, and the nice thing about it, I found, was that the relationship with them is very unsaid, a little bit like Ilsa and Ethan in Mission Impossible. There's like a unspokenness to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's this gold shifter Ferrani, who was in the first one as a fellow merc, the person who sort of gave Hemsworth the job. But she's back. Exactly. She's back, and she's in the field this time round. And actually, I think they increase the tension and the unpredictability of the movie by giving them a certain something. But it's handled so well that it isn't anything in particular. But yeah, I mean,
and they're not afraid to take risks in some of these characters that you've been with since the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, they're not. Yes, which makes it even more, surprising. Yes, it isn't perfect, but damn, it's
pretty good.
It's a great action film on Netflix. That's a Netflix original. That's
yeah.
There's only 2 of those. So, but yeah. You got to get a watch, Mark. I feel like you should.
I will.